Now, before we get to the meat of it, I want you to know exactly what to expect from these videos and how to learn from them. So let's get our expectations clear. In this particular playlist, which you are currently watching, I want to tell everyone the story of backend engineering, the philosophies behind it, the big questions and the inner workings and the collaborations between different components and machines. The narration will help you see the big picture of a production grade backend and help you appreciate the concepts that are abstracted by the languages, runtimes, frameworks, and libraries that we use every day. So let's write it down. So this playlist is about the story and philosophy, right? And this is the first step towards being a backend engineer with language agnostic skills, right? Skills which are beyond frameworks or ORMs or any particular library that you use and work with every day. Once you have the foundations clear, once you start to see the common patterns behind every backend application and understand the philosophies, how the dots connect together, now that is the best time to talk about implementations. To see how all these principles come together to create a complete backend application and how all of them look and work in actual code. So let's write it down. Implementation. And this is the point where we have to choose our language, our ecosystem. And at this point, I am planning on releasing two versions, one in Node.js and the second one in Golang, since those are the two languages that I have first-hand experience in, that I work with every day. Now, in this phase, which will be again another playlist, we will pick each principle and deep dive on it in that particular language and the surrounding ecosystem. So in a way, most videos of this playlist will have an associated implementation specific video in the next playlist, right? For example, in one of the principles, we will talk about databases and drivers and migrations and all the concepts surrounding databases that backend engineers deal with day to day. So the Node.js and Golang playlist will have an implementation of that, where we deep dive on, let's say, Postgres with the JavaScript driver Postgres.js or the Golang driver PGX, and cover every single concept around that. Now in the third phase, this is where everything comes together. All our concepts, all our language specific deep dives, all our philosophies. And now here we will build production grade projects from end to end with all the industry standards and best practices. We will build quite a few of these projects, which you can follow along if you want. So let's write it down. Production level projects, right? By the end of this journey, that is, if you decide to take it and if you internalized everything and followed along with all the projects, you should be safely able to call yourself a backend engineer, and you should be able to go out there and build real systems that scale, systems that start from 0 users and scale to 1 million users, systems that people can maintain over a long period of time. So with those expectations, let's start.